There's a moment every reporter of a certain age should dread. That tap on the shoulder and the words, "Mate, we think we need someone just a bit younger to do this story." Well, it's finally happened to me, and the real surprise was where the tap came from. It was none other than that zany Hollywood star Mike Myers. He wanted to talk about his latest movie, The Cat in the Hat, based on a classic children's story by Dr Seuss. But he'd only talk to a youngster. So there was nothing to do but graciously step aside and make way for my charming replacement. This is a story about a big movie star from Canada.
Is there really such a thing as Canadian tennis doubles?
I have no idea. I actually was
A little girl from Australia.
Where do I know you from?
I'm from Australia.
Well, now that the cat's out of the bag...
And a crazy cat from our childhood, all set in Hollywood.
Who's up for a game of Canadian doubles?
We're not late, are we?
Then there's me, reduced to playing the minor but likeable role of world-weary reporter full of sage advice.
Do you reckon you'll like the movie?
Well, I was wondering, because it's always a problem, you know. I mean, you don't really bring it up in stories, but you look at a movie and if you hate it, you see the Americans going and they always gush, "Oh, I really love your movie, Mr. Myers."
Yeah. Will that be you?
Probably. Moral coward, you mean?
I'm here with Marissa Sakita for the world premiere of The Cat in the Hat, the Dr Seuss classic that stars Mike Myers.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
Everybody comes to Hollywood.
There we go.
Marissa is our guest star.
Did you see Mike Myers?
Yes, I did.
An actor herself, she's a veteran of the TV series Neighbours, and at 13 years of age, just right for this assignment.
I'm not paying you to stand around and look pretty. Here's Mom's dress.
The Cat in the Hat is a manic smorgasbord of colour and movement, with Dr Seuss lyrical lines splattered about.
This cat should not be here. He should not be about. He should not be here when your mother is out.
Come on, kids. You gonna listen to him? He drinks where he pees.
In bringing this classic children's tale to the screen, Mike Myers knew that the very young were his target audience. So he insisted that it was only fitting that kids like Marissa should be invited to talk to him.
Is that the bathroom?
You might want to hold it for a while.
Hey, Melissa, you have speed anytime you're ready.
It's Marissa, in fact.
Oh, it's Keith. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
It's Mike.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I bet you've got heaps of movie offers, so what makes you choose certain movies?
What? It's anything that I can bring my heart to. You know, anything I'm compelled. In the case of Austin Powers, it's these are all the movies that it's sort of based on all the movies that my dad used to love and made me watch when I was a kid.
In Austin Powers, he's not only the hairy-chested star,
Yeah, baby. Yeah. I shall call him
but also the dastardly villain,
Mini-Me.
Dr. Evil.
I'm rich and I'm dead sexy.
And, of course, the overweight and overwhelming fat bastard.
Right.
But for our young correspondent, it was the voices that most intrigued.
Where's my money?
How did you figure out you could do such funny voices?
My dad is from Liverpool, England, and my mom is from Liverpool. And in Liverpool, a sense of humor is very important. And in fact, if I had friends that weren't funny, they weren't allowed in my house. And so it's like, I'd bring a guy home, to sort of hang out and just, have fun. And my dad would say, well, he can't come in. He's not funny. He's not funny. And I'd be like, but Dad, come on, man. He's on my soccer team. He's not funny. He can't come in. So after a while, I learned to only hang out with funny people or else I would be left alone.
All the way from Cheshire, England, please welcome me. Hello!
And it's that trademark craziness
I'm so excited!
that makes Mike Myers the ideal Cat in the Hat.
Close the lid and bumps you flipping open. Oh, yeah!
I heard it took like 3 hours to put the makeup on. Is that how long it really took?
Yeah, it took 3 hours. It was fun, though. I didn't mind. A lot of the other characters that I've done have been like 6 hours or 7 hours, and I really like the makeup people, so it's like hanging out with my friends for 3 hours.
What if you needed to pee during that makeup process? What happened then?
I would get out of the chair and go to the bathroom. So it was very, very easy.
Yeah.
Other characters that I've done, we didn't make such accommodations.
Crikey. Oh, great. Isn't this magical?
You've been to Australia, yeah?
I have been.
And did you taste Vegemite?
I had a Vegemite sandwich, yes.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
You can tell the truth.
It was good. It tasted a little bit like Bovril. Have you ever had Bovril? It's a sort of a beef soup.
Oh,
And a little bit like axle grease, I think you'll find.
and you've tasted axle grease?
I have, sadly. It's a long story.
Okay.
But, a little gross.
And what was the highlight of being in Australia?
Oh, I love the Australian people. Australia felt like Canada with good weather.
Yep.
I just always remember Canada playing Australia in lawn bowling and us winning. Woo! Sorry, Australia. We beat you in lawn bowling
Well,
during the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah.
Who goes? Who's driving?
Me.
But it was really Marissa who was driving this story, and when I met Mike, it was her he was still talking about.
Okay, ready?
The kid is adorable. Evidently, I'm not allowed to adopt her.
Do kids have different questions? Kids are more to the point, aren't they?
Yes, they are. I've enjoyed being in a movie that's primarily designed for kids, but in that sort of pantomime way also has jokes for older people, because you can't fool kids. And at the same time, when they really love something, they like insanely love something.
Mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia, let me go. Beelzebub has a devil put aside for me.
But it was teenagers who first insanely loved Mike Myers in Wayne's World.
Before we go, we'd like to take a moment here for a Wayne's World salute to the guest jeans girl, Claudia Schiffer. Swing! Swing!
The role of community TV host and tragic heavy metal fan was inspired by Mike's own experiences growing up in suburban Canada. Then came Austin Powers, a character pulled together from all those classic 60s spy and spoof films and inspired by Mike's English dad. Growing up with parents who don't quite speak the same language as
Yes.
the country you live in gives you enormous mimicry powers, doesn't it?
Well, you know, my parents used to make fun of my accent. They used to go, you know, I'd say, hey, Dad, pass the sauce. And they'd go, sauce, pass the sauce. And I go, no, you're the limey freak. This is my country. And just how people talk, you know, like people used to knock on the door, even though they knew I wasn't home, just to hear my parents who spoke like the Beatles. So they'd say, hey, is Mike in? No, he's gone down the road, actually. Don't know where he is. He's probably coming back around 6 o'clock.
Oh,
like,
that's
you know?
good.
And
I
they'd
spent
go,
a lot of time there. That's good.
and they'd go, oh, cool, you know. I go, not cool, it's my mom and dad.
Listen, little donkey, take a look at me. What am I?
And it's that gift of mimicry that won Myers the part of the grumpy but lovable ogre in Shrek.
Man, I like you. What's your name?
Shrek.
How come Shrek wasn't a Liverpudlian then?
I thought about having him come from Liverpool, but I don't know, I'm saving it for something. And the Scottish thing of sort of happy to anger, because nobody in the world is faster from I love you to I hate you than the Scots, which is, oh, I'll love you. Thank you so much for coming by. That's great. Now give it! Or I'll kill you! Oh, come here. Give us a kiss.
Here's the story of today's paper. Celebs on the prowl at Cat premiere. And I don't think they mean us.
No, I don't think so.
Like all Hollywood confections, it was over almost before we'd got a taste for it, leaving Marissa and me to assess her new career as primetime journalist.
How did your interview go? How did you feel?
I thought it went really well, but I was surprised you couldn't hear my heart because it was like beating really hard, yeah.
So what have you learned about the art of interviewing great movie stars?
Well, don't look down when you're reading the question.
Lesson number 1.
And always look interested when they're saying the answer to your question.
And you managed to do that.
Well, I tried my best and followed Uncle Charlie's advice.
You can't go wrong if you follow your Uncle Charlie's advice.
No, I can't.
Now you came all the way from Australia to Hollywood, California, an actress in your own right.
She might have been after my job, but I couldn't help liking Marissa. And in a town where shallow celebrity is everything, everyone else liked her too. Even Mike Myers fell under her spell.
Yes.
It was really nice talking to you,
Oh.
and when you come back to Australia, you can come to my house and meet my dog.
Okay, I will
Okay?
do that. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
thank you.
All right, nice to meet you. By the way, you're in no way adorable. I just want you to know that. You're in no way sweet, and in no way do I want to bite your face.
That could have gone better.
Hello, I'm Tara Brown. Thanks for watching 60 Minutes Australia. Subscribe to our channel now for brand new stories and exclusive clips every week. And don't miss out on our extra minutes, segments and full episodes of 60 Minutes on 9now.com.au and the 9Now app.